So, after the boom of FNaF 1, Scott's dream was finally accomplished. After years of trial and error, Scott was finally a loved game developer. So now with accomplishing his dream, what does he do? A. Retire with all of the FNaF money he has already made. B. Make a completely new game with more Christian themes to pay respect to the Lord. Or C. Make a sequel to FNaF 1 in less than half a year that helps fix the flaws of the original game, produces a whole doubling the animatronic amount, that's crazy, and helps place the future of the franchise. I hope your bets were on C, folks, because on November 11th, 2014, the world was given Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But before we talk about Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we gotta talk about the development, the time before FNaF 2. When the fanbase wondered, are we even going to get a sequel? So, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and dive into the development of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And just in case if you guys don't know me, hi, the name's Landon, and like always, I'm doing stuff. And today I'm asking the question, what is Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Also, by the way, there'll be heavy spoilers for the game, so yeah, just take that. Bye! Alright, folks, I think by now we all know that Five Nights at Freddy's was massive, with YouTubers bringing this game to stardom, with Let's Plays, fan art, fan animations, theories, which we'll get to those later. God. Anyways, what does Scott do now? Does he continue with the sequel? Well, the fans were left in the unknown for about a month, as on September 12th, Scott updated his website with the first of many teasers, with a tattered and beat up Freddy, and the text saying, Grand Reopening, with a giant 2 above it, and 2015 down at the bottom as the release year. Oh my god, we're getting a FNaF 2! At the time, this was amazing. I remember 8-year-old me, I was so excited. I was freaking out. But all we had was that singular teaser with it not teasing much. Obviously, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. Freddy was gonna return. And sure, it was already September of 2014, but 2015 seemed like it was so far away. Especially for a child like me. Goddamn, I felt like I was getting tortured. How is Scott gonna hold over the fanbase for so long? If it's about the same content-wise as FNaF 1, there won't be much to share before there's, nothing left to share. Well, would you believe we got another teaser 2 weeks later? Well, we did. On September 28th, 2014, we got a teaser with the faceless Bonnie from FNaF 1, and a new sleek redesign of the originally purple but now blue Bunny, with the text, something borrowed, something new. And, the first teaser, Freddy still looked like himself. Sure, he was a bit, beat up. But Bonnie, man? Poor guy lost his whole face. And now it seems like he's been replaced by this new version of him. The poor guy. Man, I feel bad for him. But this teaser posted a question that a lot of people asked at the time. Are we going to get a whole second set of animatronics? New refurbished versions of the original animatronics? Because we already got a new Bonnie. It would make sense to get a new Freddy, Chica, and Foxy as well. Why would there just be this one new sparkly and clean one? Well, it seems like our little theory here was confirmed, as on October 7th, we got another teaser. This time, look at the new Foxy, with, of course, the old one on the left. Though Foxy was already a bit beat up when compared to the rest of the FNaF 1 crew, so he's looking the most like his original design. So, overall, the best transition. This guy was already beat up and bruised, so he's fine. Though, granted, we do only see his head. For all we know, it could literally just be head and then just endoskeleton. But with this teaser, it seems to have confirmed that people's theories that we're getting a whole new set of more kid-friendly looking animatronics were correct. And of course, with the old models returning as well. And speaking of which, for the old crew, all we needed was Chica, as we already got Freddy in the first, Bonnie in the second, and Foxy in the third teaser. And for the new models, we need Chica, and of course, the main man, Freddy Fazbear. Well, we sadly didn't get to see any new animatronics in the next teaser, released on October 16th. But we did actually get to see what we assumed to be our office, with text titled, No Place to Run, and exactly one place to hide. With us having some sort of mask on our face, seeing Foxy with his new looks in the hallway. But it looks like there's no door to slam in his face, which may be a problem. But then on October 21st, we got something massive. Something much larger than just a small little teaser.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling
That's right, folks. On October 21st, we got the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And this revealed a lot. I'll real quick list off a couple of things we got. So, starting off, we got another look at the original Bonnie, a bit of new film guide dialogue, OG Chica's new design, another look at OG Freddy, and a better look at OG Foxy. So, we get to see all of the old crew. Their new looks. We also got another look at the new Bonnie, some camera renders, a look at new Chica and Freddy design. I am getting a call. Why is this happening to me right now? I will be right back. Just act like this never happened. Anyways, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, new Chica and Freddy design on a couple of the posters. A look at the map, a full look at the office with, no doors. The new Foxy? Now in shambles. More camera renders, a better look at the new Freddy design, a look at Bonnie in her office, and finally, Foxy's jump scare that ended off. Whew. That was a lot of stuff. And only 1 minute, and only a minute and a half. Jesus Christ, wait, what the fuck, really? Holy shit, that felt like a fucking fever dream, did not stop. So, yeah, after this giant, dump of content, it would make sense for Scott to take a small break from posting teasers. Which he did. As normally he would post them every week or every other week. But he took about a 3-week break, which is fair. But we got our last teaser on November 9th. This time of Cam 11 with a warning sign next to it. That's weird. Why would we get that? Did Scott run out of things to show? Why would he even post this teaser? We saw that in the trailer. Weird. Until you brighten up the screen and see a puppet coming out of a box. So it looks like we got another animatronic to add to the pile. But, anyways, yeah, the game released 2 days later. Yeah, on Steam and Desura. Yeah, November 11th isn't 2015, Scott. Scott, what is wrong with you? Are you living in the future? Did you go back in the past to upload the game? If you were releasing in 2015, would the apocalypse have started? So yeah, almost 2 months early we got the game. That's kind of weird. I really feel like I should be saying something else here. I mean, this is kind of big, but, hey, wait, why is it fading? Hey, stop, no, thank God, okay, whew. Anyways, yeah, I don't understand, anyways, Markiplier guy, exclusive down, stop, no! Anyways, sorry about that interruption, folks. Now then, with the game released only 3 months after FNaF, which, by the way, is crazy fast for game development, let's talk about the actual game now, starting out with the title screen. This time featuring the main trio, not just Freddy, and their new variants, which, by the way, have been named the toy animatronics, with them sometimes switching to the old Withered designs. Yes, the fans have named them Withered, so that just kind of stuck after a while. But anyways, yeah, they swapped to the Withered designs from time to time. Now then, why don't we talk about the gameplay of FNaF 2, before hopping into what the nights have in store for us. So, starting out in our office, we have an empty hall of darkness right in front of us. Oh no! Oh god, okay. So, funny thing, I had a major fear of the dark as a kid, and seeing this in FNaF 2 terrified me, so that's not fun. But anyways, we have the return of the camera! Yippee! Of course, to keep tabs on the animatronics, as remember, this is still a point-and-click tower defense horror game. So, we didn't know where they're coming from. Though, of course, we still have a blind side, this time right in front of us in a dark, decrepit, nasty abyss of nothingness. Hey, that's so fun! But luckily, we have a flashlight. Baller! Yeah, to help us see. You know, because obviously, if we're just guessing when they show up and throwing on our stuff at random, you know, that's kind of useless, that's pointless. But, you may be saying, hey, Landon, I don't see a door button. How are we supposed to stop the animatronics from killing us? Well, I'm glad you asked, humble viewer. Why, that's because you have a spare Freddy Fazbear mask, you know, to wear anytime the animatronics show up right in front of you, in your vents, and anytime. You know, just throw it on for a couple of seconds, and bingo bongo, they will be gone. Oh, yeah, right, the vents, yeah, you have one on your left and one on your right, with animatronics showing up in them from time to time. And as I said, all you gotta do is throw your mask on for a little while, and they'll leave you be. So, they also have them old-fashioned FNaF 1 buttons as well, so don't worry, you have them forever. And this time, with it being a new building, no power system to power down the building, so you don't have to worry about overusing the vent light buttons. Though important note, your flashlight for the main hall does have batteries. That's what that indicator in the top left means. It's your camera battery and your which is really weird, but your camera battery and your hall battery. How that makes sense at all, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, it drains faster over the nights. Now, how does this make sense? Well, it doesn't, that's how. That's just like how, how am I seeing, if it's a flashlight, how is it brightening up the cameras? And how is it draining the battery on the flashlight? Man, I don't know, this game is weird sometimes. Though, remember, keep your flashlight on a good amount of charge as you need an animatronic. There's an animatronic that you need to counter with it. And speaking of specific animatronics, if you open your camera and go to camera 11 from the final teaser, you'll see an option to wind a music box. And this is the last mechanic of FNaF 2, the music box. And I am indifferent to it, as it kind of makes the cameras useless. Like, it's a cool idea for an enemy in a FNaF game, as you need to hold the button to wind it. And if you get distracted by so many things and that music box runs down to 0, well, bye-bye! Anyways, I guess this is a perfect transition to talk about the jump scares in FNaF. And as well, the animatronics, of course. Some would say that that's why these games became so well known. I mean, they're jump scares and animatronic designs. I'm just saying, those jump scare compilations, the views don't lie. If you know what I mean, man. Like, I was debating talking about the jump scares last video, as I didn't want to include them because I didn't want to, like, scare anyone. But now that I'm thinking about it, I just don't include the volume. It's fine. Yeah, they are so iconic, so I feel like we need to talk about them at some point. So why don't we really quickly rewind to FNaF 1, talk about them, and then we can go ahead and rank the animatronics on a scale of 1 to 10. Or as I like to say, SpongeBob, Stone Cold SpongeBob, to piss my pants. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightning round the first 5. So why don't you play that transition? Hey, why isn't it fade to black yet? Hello, editing me. Wake up, we have to talk about the... Thank God, okay, yeah. Man, you're on thin ice. I'm ready to get rid of you, man. Just do what you are told to do. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, thanks. While I'm talking to you. Yeah, while I'm scolding you. Okay, yeah, I see how it is. Hey there, folks. So, this is going to be the time where I was supposed to talk about animatronics in FNaF 2 and how they acted and stuff like that. But I kind of have decided to make those into shorts instead, where I talk about the animatronics, designs, and jump scares. If you want to hear my thoughts on the animatronics, just go check those out. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Yeah, now we're moving on to the Nights of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Have fun! Anyways, folks, sorry about that little interruption there. I hope you all enjoyed the shorts. I don't know if you went to go watch them yet, or if you've just seen them in general. If you did, let me know what you thought of them in the comments. And if you didn't watch them there, and then come back and let me know what you think. Though, yeah, anyways, now with that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and start talking about the nights of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Starting out with, of course, Night 1. Again, like FNaF 1, this is sadly the most boring of the nights. Nothing can actually happen until 2 a.m., which is just fucking lame. Like, even the music box doesn't start ticking down, which is just stupid. Like, even in FNaF 1, Bonnie and Chica would start moving around like 1 a.m. Like, but granted, I see the positive impact on this, especially for a first-time player. I bet that's great to have the time to understand the map, the music box, where all the animatronics are going to come from. We can actually take a look at them and see the renders and stuff and, like, admire it, you know? And then it eases you in later in the night with Toy Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy all active. And yes, unlike OG Freddy, Toy Freddy isn't lazy as fuck and actually starts attacking on Night 1. So, that's pretty interesting. Big up my man Toy Freddy. He's less lazy even though he's fatter than OG Freddy. But man, at this point, like, I'm asking the question, why didn't Scott just add a tutorial night? That would make so much sense. So a second playthrough just wouldn't be so bad, and beginners can also get a look at how to play FNaF 2 without having to just start off and then only have really 4 nights of fun stuff, you know? Though, I mean, I can understand why he didn't, just wants to save the time, make the game as fast as possible, get it out to as many people. But I'm done rambling here. Why don't we go ahead and move on to Night 2? Because of how many animatronics there are here, this night ain't half bad. It's pretty fun, honestly. Of course, not peak FNaF 2. Not yet, at least. It definitely has its merits, though. That's a certainty. with Balloon Boy, Mangle, and Withered Foxy all activating. It just felt like I kept getting attacked, but in moderation, you know? It's like instead of huffing down a whole pack of cigarettes a day, I'm huffing one, you know? It's calm, it's relaxing. It's not like it was complete hell to do, of course, but it wasn't the most exciting night. You know, it wasn't super boring either, though, so it really reaches a pretty good balance, and I have to commend FNaF 2 for improving Night 2 a whole lot when compared to Night 1, because Night 2 in FNaF 1 just felt like Diet FNaF or Night 1, so it was just nice. It was very nice. But anyways, why don't we go ahead and talk about Night 3. We got everyone in this time, and we're gonna see, everyone's active now. Much like FNaF 1, with Freddy activating on Night 3. Withered Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy all activate on this night. Though all the toy animatronics are toned down a little bit when compared to Night 2, so this night is mainly meant as another tutorial, but this time to spotlight the Withered animatronics. And I actually don't mind this at all because the Withereds are set to a higher difficulty, so it's not meant to be like baby mode again. It's just supposed to show you, hey, these guys act a little bit different, just be aware of that, you know. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Help to get your bearings as, you know, the animatronics are still set to a pretty low level. But the music box does tick down a lot faster now when compared to Night 1 or Night 2. So it causes you to really start ditching looking at cameras and just focus on winding the box. There's no reason to pan to different cameras because your office covers every single angle. But yeah, besides that, it's not baby hour. And some would even say the perfect middle road for FNaF. But I don't personally think that. I like my FNaF a little bit more chaotic. And we get that with Night 4. This night actually decides to deactivate a couple of the toys and ramp up the Wither's difficulty, which makes this night much more intense, but tolerable. Because if everything were set to this level, the night would suck. It would be ass. I would hate it. But having only the Withereds, BB, and Mangle active makes it so this night is chaotic, but not awful. A good balance, and of course the music box is ticking much faster now, so you best be focusing on that because if not, yeah, we've already, closed out. You're gonna die. Yeah, it's game over. Yeah, you're not surviving. Anyways, time for the final night of 5 Minutes of Phrase 2. Night 5. This night is the last actual kind of enjoyable night in FNaF 2, as the animatronics difficulty has increased, but not to an amount where it's just endless harassment with no chance to escape. And, as well, all animatronics are activated and around this difficulty level now, meaning it's time for the full show. I think Freddy cut my car's brake line, because it's just non-stop. Whether it be Foxy, the music box, someone in your office, or the vents, almost every time I stopped winding the box, there was someone who just wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. Which I think is actually pretty good, since, this night is the culmination of all your abilities. And, that's obvious, the last night being the hardest and the one to showcase everything you've learned. It makes sense, and that's it, folks. You get your paycheck, and you return to the title screen. Of course, gaining a star, and seeing a Night 6. But I want to save that for the next section of this video, where I talk about getting 100%, because there's a couple more steps to getting it than when compared to FNaF 1. So, why don't we go ahead and dive into what 100% for 5 Minutes of Phrase 2 really is? So, after your 5th night, much like FNaF 1, you get a star on the main menu. And you also, like FNaF 1, unlock a 6th night, where Phone Guy mentions that the place is shutting down. Saying that... Actually, here, let me just play the recording for you.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay? For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. Okay, good night and good luck.
So, That's interesting. He also says that he'll take up the night shift? Shit. This game isn't a fucking sequel, it's a fucking prequel. Oh my god. It should be Five Nights at Freddy's 0.5. It's not Five Nights at Freddy's 2. They're lying to me! As in FNaF 1, Phone Guy mentions, and I think his first phone call it was, that he originally was on the night shift before him, and pre-recorded the messages for you while he was doing the night shift. And in Night 4, he met his demise, which, yeah, I forgot to mention, he gets killed in FNaF 1 and Night 4. So, yeah, I just didn't mention it for some reason. Because I didn't want to talk about the lore, but now here I am. So yeah. Kids got killed, and yeah, now we're here. Anyways, it's time we actually talk about the night. And my thoughts on it, Night 6 is chaos. Not the good kind. I just think Night 5 was treading a line, like, really, really damn hard. And it could have ended in Night 5 being horrible, and guess what? The amount of characters here are all turned on to very high difficulty. It's hell. And not the fun kind, which I don't even know what that would be. But anyways, you beat your 6th night, get a 2nd star, and unlock a custom night, which this time having a bunch of different challenges for you. And this is where the main difference from FNaF 1 and FNaF 2's 100% comes from. As each time you beat one, you get a plushie on your desk associated with the character's challenge that's based off of. Like, you beat 420, you get a plushie. You beat Ladies Night, you get a plushie. You beat all of these different challenges, you get a different plushie. Yeah, it's compensation for completion. But no one gives a single shit about those baby challenges. There is only one that people care about, and that is 1020. Golden Freddy mode. The ultimate culmination of RNG, skill, and bullshit that you will see in the FNaF game. I did the 1020 for like half an hour straight, and it's awful, unfair, and as I said, bullshit. You're watching the gameplay right now, of course. It's funny, because Scott has said he didn't even think 420 from FNaF 1 was possible until he saw Mark's video. So I bet he really thought that he really stumped us FNaF players, that 1020 was impossible. And then when people beat it, he was flabbergasted. Yeah, but you haven't heard that word before, right? Bet you haven't heard it before. And that's really it for 100%. As I said, FNaF 1 is less, but FNaF 2 isn't a lot more than FNaF 1, you know. The 100% isn't much harder to get. Well, it's a lot harder to get. But FNaF 2, you don't have to do a lot more. But in comparison to FNaF 1, it is a lot. You know, like, you beat nights 1 to 5, then night 6, and all the challenges for custom night. Oh, by the way, you also get fired at the end of custom night, just like FNaF 1. Because you just fought through hell. Why don't you go fuck yourself because you smell bad, nerd? L plus ratio bozo? Yeah, that's you right now, buddy. Fucking copium. Oh, I'm on so much copium right now. Oh my god. Anyways, folks, I think it's time we dive into my final thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So without further ado, why don't I ask this question one last time? What is Five Nights at Freddy's 2? And what are my thoughts on it? So, here we are. My final thoughts. Why don't we do what I did last time with Five Nights at Freddy's 1, and go ahead and list the positives and dive into the negatives. So, starting out, nights 2 through 5 are pretty fun. Just getting better with time, honestly. Feeling like actual challenges of reflexes and skill. And like a casual difficulty curve, sorry. Not like FNaF 1, where nights 1 and 2 were so easy, and then 3 just felt like a complete, like this incline is nutty. And as well, I love the new designs of most of the animatronics. And of course, the sound design is perfect like last time. And, you know, as I was saying about the designs of them, the Withered animatronics all having cool looking designs. Withered, Bonnie, and Foxy all being my favorites by far. I love them both. The puppet design is simple, but to the point, even though I don't like the toy aesthetic as well, though. I can definitely see why people like these designs so much, especially Toy Chico's.
She is such a bad bitch, though.
And Mango's cool as well. Definitely the best new animatronic design by far. And as well as some cameraman renders are just great. As well as some holo renders are awesome, too, as they change when different animatronics are in the hall. Like, Mangle and Foxy is a creepy one. Mangle hanging in the office is great, too. As well, you know, I'm realizing Mangle is just a really good animatronic, and I'm a really big fan of their renders and design. It's just so damn neat. And besides that, sound design, you know, sound design is always great, as I said earlier. I love it again. Scruffy's 2 videos are going to be in the description. Incredible watches. And the damn ambience, God, you know it, everyone does, is so notorious now for some reason. As well, the game, when it's super chaotic, is really fun. I love it. But, now then, it's time for the negatives. Night 1, 6, and Custom Night, the only mode we care about, 1020, are just not fun. In Night 1, it's too slow. And then the last 2 are way too fast. I cannot keep up at that point. If Night 6 and 1020 were required to beat the game, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would not. It just doesn't make for an enjoyable experience anymore. It doesn't help the nights are just as long as the first game. So when it's too chaotic like 1020, by the end I feel like I'm developing arthritis in my wrist, man. It's kind of stinky. Not fun. Some would say as well because of Cam 11 and the puppet, I never have any time to go on the other cameras. Except for like nights 1, 2, and maybe 3? Though, what's the point when they all show up no matter what? Unlike Freddy and Foxy in the first game. So, I guess it doesn't really matter that much in the end. But, yeah, it makes the cameras kind of useless. Considering I can't really go on them because I have to wind the box. And if I don't wind the box, guess what? I fucking die. So, yeah, whenever I have spare time, I have to wind the box, which means I can't look at camera renders and admire how cool they are. But anyways, now with that out of the way, I think it's time for us to go ahead and rank FNaF 2. Yeah, you know it, boys. It's time for the tier list sweep. Yeah, baby. That's what we're talking about. That's what I've been waiting for. Anyways, yeah, tier list time.
She is such a bad bitch, though. I will fuck the shit out of that robot, man. I'm not even...
Anyways, folks, this is a long video, eh? Now then, you know what time it is. You folks have been waiting for this one. Where does Five Nights at Freddy's 2 rank on the tier list? Well, its highs are higher than FNaF 1, but you trade out the more boring for more infuriating nights at points. But I won't lie, there's just so many good things about this game. It's going in the S tier. No, it's actually going in the A tier because this game does have a couple problems that I will go to mention. I think there are some things it fumbles on, but, you know, at least they're not required to complete, you know. It's only 100% completion that's annoying, which is fine, I guess. Though, yeah, the new designs are cool. Sound design is just as good as FNaF 1's. Once again, Scruffy's video is amazing. They also doubled the character roster, and making some animatronics act differently, it really makes these guys feel a bit more special. When, really, in FNaF 1, the only different character was Foxy. But you still resolved, you know, to solve the issue with a door in the face. You just had to be quick on the draw. But now having the light for Foxy, and the mask for the vents and Hall, as well as the music box for the puppet, it makes the game much more engaging. So yeah, I think A tier. You think A tier is fair?
This is what a FNaF game should strive to be. Fun throughout most of your playthrough, with the last bit being RNG bullshit. That is what I hope we're going to see from now on, because I don't want to deal with RNG bullshit before the fun. Yeah, that's it. But anyways, that's all I had to say. That was actually scripted. I'm leaving myself to finish this outro. Have fun, future. What the fuck? I hate you, me. I hate you. Oh my god, in the past. God, okay, well, I guess I gotta ramble for a little while. Hey, everyone. I just want to say thank you so much for taking a look at this video. It means a lot to me. I know that most of you, if anywhere, are coming from my FNF video. I just want to say that I am so happy to be here to be able to produce content for you guys. I did not at all expect it to blow up in the way it did, especially for a first video that is crazy. And I just want to say, again, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. You are making my life goal, my dream job. I would love to do this for a living. You are making this possible. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. I hope you all are having a great day. I'll probably be live streaming the next game I'll be playing, or I'll be talking about soon. It most likely won't be FNaF 3, but who knows? Maybe it will. Anyways, folks, I've been Landon. I did my stuff, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out, everybody. And remember, always be yourselves. I don't know what key it is to stop the recording.